Hello, this is Coach Hobbs, and I am here to talk to you about the Xtreme Science Club scuba activities this year. In case you missed the meeting, I want to give you some basic information. Number one, our next meeting is September 24th, 6 p.m. in the high school in my classroom, A310. Although our numbers are very high, I may need to move that out to the cafeteria, but 6 p.m. on September 24th. At that time, there's a $100 non-refundable deposit due. That is because based on those numbers that we have, we'll secure all of our instructors and everything and go ahead and put money down toward the scuba instruction, our facilities, equipment rentals, and everything like that. So that is due on September 24th. Right now we're doing the Taste of Loganville fundraiser. The tickets are available. Actually today I'm completely out of tickets, but Mr. Robinson is supposed to get me some more tomorrow. So that's on a first come, first served basis with what I have left on those tickets. Those are $10. You sell those for the Taste of Loganville. All $10 go toward your scuba, your own personal fees for scuba. You can also donate items yourself, or actually for auction. Like, let's say you have an Oriental rug that's really nice but you're not using it, you can auction that off and all of that money goes towards your account. You can get sponsorship in Loganville. Like if you go to a restaurant or you know somebody that owns a plumbing business and they want to give $100 of free plumbing work, you can auction that off that night, and whatever comes in, that goes towards your account. From September 24th, and we'll have the next meeting will be the actual orientation for the scuba. I'm going to talk to the scuba instructors and we'll set up a date. It'll be late in maybe October-ish. Is kind of the process that we went through last year. The schedule went like this. We start with an orientation. Most of our meetings we try to do on Sunday afternoons because it's after church time, and that's kind of a time where everybody can, even the students that work, they can kind of schedule and get off work. So normally we would do a Sunday afternoon meeting. That would be the orientation where the scuba instructors, and we use a great group called Atlanta Technical Divers. They're out of Atlanta, and they're fantastic. We've used them for 3 years now, and they're great with the students. And they give us a great deal. They will come out and do an orientation. They'll talk to the kids about the scuba, show them some of the equipment, talk to them about the online class, and on that night they will get them started in the online class. They'll give them the access materials, and all that's included in your fees. And you'll start an online class. So for the next month, you'll have about a month before we have the testing date. And over that next month, you've got to go through, I think there are 7 online modules. You go through, you watch some videos, and get the information on what you need to know for scuba. We'll come back after that month, and they'll talk about this more in detail when we have the orientation, but you'll come back after that month and you'll do your testing. The testing, they kind of review everything right before you do the tests, and I don't think we've ever had anybody fail that test. But you do have to go through the videos so that you have an understanding of the material. If I failed to mention this already, the scuba is $225 total. That covers everything. I had one of the students that came in that talked about, they were going to sign up for this last year, but it was like $1,100, and that was equipment rental and the online class and the pool sessions and the checkout dives. We're getting all of this for $225. The cruise is separate. I'll talk about that in a second. So you have a $100 deposit due September 24th. The remainder of the $225 has to be paid by the testing date. So we start, say sometime in October. On a Sunday afternoon, we have an orientation. You have about 4 or 5 weeks that they'll give you to go through your modules. Then we come back and we take a test. You have to pass that written test to move on. And at that point, the remainder of the 225 will be due on that date. So we're talking about late November, somewhere in that area. From there, we'll set up pool sessions. We do all of our pool sessions in an indoor heated pool in Monroe. So it's only about 10 minutes from the high school, which is great because the Atlanta Technical Divers Group, they bring all of the equipment. They bring a big truck, and their dive instructors all come all the way out from Atlanta. We don't have to drive down to their pool down in Atlanta. They'll give us like maybe 6 sessions on Sunday afternoons. I think last year we started at like 1 p.m., 1:30, and it went, they're about 3 or 4 hour sessions where you're learning how to dive with your buddy, how to exchange, help each other out underwater, or, if this happens. But you'll go through all of the techniques. You have to make, I think, at least 4 of those out of the 6 sessions. So if you have something going on a certain Sunday, that's no problem. Even if you missed too many, you could go down to Atlanta and pick up a session or 2. You just have to do the driving down to their deep pool down there. From there, once you have all your pool work done, then you go to your checkout dives. Last year we did this in March. That seems to be a good time. In March we will, I think there's maybe a 3-day weekend in March is what we did last year. I'll have to look at the calendar this year, but somewhere around in that time frame, we go down on a Friday night to Lake City, Florida. Last year we did Jenny Springs. The last 3 years we've done Jenny Springs, and they're hot springs down there where the water comes up out of the earth, and it's around 70 degrees year round. So in March, we'll still have wetsuits on for warmth, but you don't want to go diving in Lake Lanier in March. So we'll go down there on a Friday night. We'll get down there. We get cheap hotel rooms. I think last year students for 2 nights in a hotel paid $25 a piece. We put 4 to a room, guys in some rooms, girls in other rooms. We have all chaperones, and Coach Silver and I will be at these events. Parents are welcome to come on anything. And we get there late on a Friday night. I think it's about a 4-hour trip. We dive on Saturday, and then we cook out and stuff there at the park, and then we go out to eat that night. We usually go find a steakhouse or something. I think we've gone to the same one last couple of years and get a great big table. It's a lot of fun. And then we will dive again on Sunday. You can't do all your checkout dives. I think there's 5 dives. You can't do them all on one day. So you do like 3 on Saturday, then a couple on Sunday. The kids play volleyball, and we cook out and stuff. It's, and parents are welcome, and we have a really good time. At the end of that, if they pass all of their things, they show underwater at Jenny Springs, they show that they can do all of the skills that they learned in the pool sessions. And again, in 4 years of having scuba diving lessons, no one's failed. We've had a couple of students that had to work a little extra harder on a couple skills or spend some extra time, but we've gotten everybody through. You'll get a graduation card, and it's has your picture on there, and you're lifetime certified open water scuba diver. You can dive anywhere in the world in open water. Now that is the end of the scuba part, and all of that is included. All of the online class, all of the instructor's fees, all of the pool times, all of the free equipment. They bring all the equipment. You don't have to purchase any of your own. Normally you would have to purchase your own mask, fins, and snorkel package, which can be anywhere from $100 to on up. But they provide all of that, and all of that's $225, and that's a really good deal. From there, though, we will plan on, I have reserved 20 cabins at this point on a cruise that leaves over spring break. We leave on Wednesday of spring break, and we come back we'll arrive early from Charleston, South Carolina. We'll arrive back on that Monday, so they will miss a day of school. It will be, I have to talk to Mr. Robinson. I don't know if he's going to excuse that or not. It may be just that they have to take an unexcused absence. So if that's an issue, then I'll find out about that. But I think Coach Silver and I are going to take personal days that day. Basically, the cruise part has to be done because of the Board of Education rules and regulations on trips and stuff. Basically, we're all meeting up here at the school, and we are carpooling to South Carolina. We usually raise enough money that we can pay for, parking fees or whatever that we incur for the ones that drive. But it's not an official school trip. It's basically you're meeting Coach and Silver, and hey, we're going on this cruise and doing a dive in the Bahamas, and you kind of meet us up here, and we all carpool and go together. The cost of the cruise is $400. That is based on the best available price, and if it goes down, I have a travel agent that we work with that does this and doesn't charge us. It's the best fee that we can get right now, and if it goes down, it'll go down. Or if Carnival Cruise, their price goes down, it'll go down. The cruise is a Carnival cruise. It goes out of South Carolina. It is a 5-night cruise. Now the $400, that is including everything. That's including if you've ever gone on a cruise, you have a tip that you give, for your room service person, and that's including everything, that $400. It is a 5-night cruise. It is the exact same cruise that we did 2 years ago. It stops in Nassau in the Bahamas, and that's where we'll do our dive. And the dive is included. We raise enough money during the school year to pay for that dive in our fundraisers we do that we'll continue to do. We do the talent show, and there are a couple other things that we do for the whole group. And then there's some individual fundraisers where your student can raise money towards their cruise or towards more of their scuba cost. We do some science nights out. We call it Science Night Out, where the elementary school kids, they will get to sign up, and they can stay. Their parents can let them stay for about 3 hours extra on a Friday. The parents get to go out to eat or whatever, and they pay $15, and we do cool science activities like tornado in a bottle. We teach the kids, our high schoolers do, and everybody that works that, they make money. They completely split up that money that we earned. And it goes into their account towards either their scuba or if they're trying to pay for a cruise. So there's fundraising opportunities. Back to the cruise, we will dive in Nassau, and then they're making another stop in Freeport. Now, 2 years ago when we did this, that was kind of a free day that we had. And we had raised a lot of money that year. We rented scooters that year and had a great time. We rode across the island. And found a beach on the other side somebody had suggested to us, which was it was great. We the kids snorkeled, they hung out on the beach. I rented a jet ski, and they took turns 2 at a time riding the jet ski out in the ocean, and then we took our scooters and rode back and got back on the ship. So you do not need a passport. Now, a cruise place will suggest that you have a passport, and that's up to you. Passport, I think, is an extra $100 or something for you to get a passport, and you have to start early because they take a lot longer than they used to. I don't have one, and I haven't gotten one in the 3 cruises that I've done with the science group. The only thing the passport does for you is if you would happen to not make something happens when you're in the Bahamas and you don't get back on the boat, it makes it a little bit easier for you to get back to the United States and, get travel things arranged. So, you can also purchase travel insurance. We'll talk about all that then. I just want you to have the basic layout and the basic information. I usually have now on Carnival, you have to have an adult in every room. So what we do is, out of those 20 cabins, I'll see how many girls I have going, how many boys. We'll put boys in, with a chaperone, 3 boys and 1 chaperone in a room, 3 girls and 1 chaperone in a room. And we've had really good groups in the Science Club. I've not had any issues come up. The cruise is pretty free. We meet at meals. We have dinner together every night at a great big table, and it's a tremendous amount of fun. The kids have a great time. They go do karaoke. We might meet up for putt-putt or something, but they also have quite a bit of freedom because they're enclosed there on that boat. We would love for the parents to go with us. The more the merrier there, and that helps you share in the experience. And you're also more than welcome to get scuba certified. Probably it's been, probably well over half of all of the students that I've gotten certified. I'd say half the students that I've gotten certified over the last 4 years, at least one parent has gotten certified with them. And when you have multiple people in the family that are certified, it makes it easier to go on a dive, the next time you go on vacation or something. And it can be a real fun experience for the family. I can't think of anything else right now. If you have any questions, you are free to email Coach Silver or myself. Again, we'll have the next meeting is September 24th at 6 p.m. The $100 deposit is due at that time. And I look forward to scuba diving with you. Thank you.